Okay, page 25. The Art of Drumming, reading text in 4/4. Measure line 1, measure 1. 16th note counting. 1, E, and the, 2, E, and the, 3, E, and the, 4, E, and the. I'm going to play with one hand, occasionally two hands. When you receive a chart or a score or a sheet of music to play, the norm is alternating the strokes unless otherwise specified. So just for instructional reasons and being slow, I'm going to play with one hand, and I'm going to play the first measure in 16th note counting. 1, E, play, E. 1, E, and the, 2, E, and the, 3, E, and the, 4, E, and the. Second measure, first line. 1, E, play, E. 1, E, and the, 2, E, and the, 3, E, and the, 4, E, and the. Third measure, line 1. 1, E, and the, 2, E, and the, 3, E, and the, 4, E, and the. Fourth measure, line 1. 1, E, boom. 1, E, and a, 2, E, and a, 3, E, and a, 4, E, and a. Now I'm going to put that to the metronome. That's 50 beats per minute. Boom. 3. I'm going to count 16ths. 1 E and the 2 E and the 3. Now 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4. And 1 E and the 2 E and 3 E and the 4 E and the 1 E and 2 and 3 E and the 4 E and the 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 and 4 and. Okay, that was line 1. Now, line 2, we're going to need to do is count each downbeat for what it is. The first measure of line 2, you have a quarter note, so I'm going to count it 1. On the second downbeat, we have an eighth note triplet, which would be 2 and the. And then we go to the third downbeat, 3 E and the. So, and the fourth downbeat would be 4 E and the. Now, we have to be careful. We have to maintain the distance in between the downbeats equal. And like I had mentioned in a couple other videos, the table of time. Practice the table of time. Make a transition from quarter notes to eighth note triplets to 16th notes. Joe Morello's Master Studies, it's in there, the table of time. Okay, so now, second line, first measure. We're counting as is. We're not making the whole page either 16th note count or eighth note triplet count or eighth notes. We're counting each downbeat as is. Line 2, the first measure. 1, 2, and the 3 E and the 4 E and the. Okay. Second measure. 1. Again, now I can get away with just counting 16th notes because every downbeat is associated to a 16th note feel. So now I have the second measure. 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4 E and the 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4 E and the. Nice and slow again. Second measure. 1 E, boom, now. 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4 E and the. Now look at line 3, line 2, the third measure. Again, I can get away with feeling or counting a 16th note pulse. Okay, third measure, line 2. 1 E, play, E. 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4 E and the. Okay, last measure, now we have a 16th note triplet. And like I had said, the table of time is a must. You have to make the transition of different notations equal in between the downbeats. Now, the 16th note triplet, a lot of people count 1 triplet, 2 triplet as an 8th note triplet, or they'll count the 16th note triplet as 1 triplet and triplet, 2 triplet and triplet. It's not wrong. If it works for you, fine. It don't work for me. So what I do is I break this up into increments. I'm looking at the 8th note triplet in an 8th note. And what I'm going to do here is develop for the first downbeat an 8th note pulse. 1 and. On the count of 1, I have a triplet going to the and. 1 and. Again, 1 and. So here we go. Just the first downbeat. 1 and. Now if I do it with one hand and continue, again, I'm going to have a 16th note pulse. Or I can maintain an 8th note pulse, but that's a little bit too soon for this right now. So let's count each downbeat as what we see. 1 and. 2E and 3E and 4 and. Again, last measure. 1 and 2 and 3E and 4 and. Again, I'm going to put the metronome on 50. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3E and 4E and 1E and 2E, 3E and 4E and 1E and 2E and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3E and 4 and. Now, before you go to the metronome, make sure you understand the notation. Do it a few times, once or 100 times or whatever it takes to understand how the figure is, and then put it inside of the time with the metronome. Now, line 3, we have combinations again. Quarter notes, 8th notes, 8th note triplets, and 16th note triplets. So again, we're going to count the downbeat as is. Line 3, the first measure, the quarter note, 1. The second downbeat, 2 8th notes, 2 and. The third downbeat, an 8th note triplet, 3 and. Now we have a run of 16th note triplets on the downbeat of 4. So we have 4 and. Now we put it together. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. My mistake. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Again. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Second measure. Again, more combinations, counting the downbeat as is. 1 and 2 and 3E and 4E and slower. 1 and 2 and 3E and 4E and third measure, line 3. 1 and 2 and 3E and 4E and fourth measure, line 3. 1E and 2E and 3 and 4 and. Okay, the whole line at 50. I'm selecting 50 because it's a pretty slow tempo, and this is new for you to understand. And 50 is really kind of fast for you just learning it. So we're going to play line 3 at 50. 2, 3, zap. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3E and 4E and 1 and 2 and 3E and 4E and 1E and 2E and 3 and 4 and. Now that's where you'd like to get it, and from that point you want to grow to playing it a little bit faster. Okay, line 4, 16th note triplets, 8th notes, and 16th notes. Again, we're going to count the downbeat as is. The first downbeat would be 1 and. Again, first downbeat, fourth line, first measure, 1 and. Second downbeat, fourth line, first measure, 1 and. Now combining the first and the second downbeats of line 4, first measure. 1 and 2 and. Now we go to the third downbeat. We have a combination again of eighth notes and sixteenths. Third downbeat, 3 E and the. Fourth downbeat, 2 eighth notes, 4 and. Line 4, first measure all together. 1 and 2 and 3 E and the 4 and. Second measure, combination eighths and sixteenths. 1. Now I'm going to count as is each downbeat. 1 and 2 E and the 3 E and the 4 E and the. Again, second measure, line 4. 1 and 2 E and the 3 E and the 4 E and the. Okay, line 4, third measure, combination of eighth notes, 16th notes, and an eighth note triplet. 1 E and the 2 E and 3 and 4 and the. Okay, last measure, line 4, combination, eighth note triplets, 16th note rest, eighth notes. 1 and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4 and. On the third beat, downbeat, I have a 16th note rest, 2 16th notes, and then a 16th note rest. If you add them up, 4 16ths equals 1/4. Last measure again. 1 and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4 and. Okay, line 5. Again, we're not introduced, but here we come to experiencing the dot again. Remember what a dot means. A dot placed after a note increases the value by 1/2 the original value. The original value of a quarter note is 2 eighth notes. Place a dot after it, now it increases, it means it's going to equal more, so we're going to equal 3 eighth notes as opposed to 2. The dot increases the value. So, line 5, 1 and 2 and the 3 E and the 4 and. So now let me do that real slow and break it down. I'm going to count in 16th notes until I get to the 4th downbeat because I have a 16th note triplet. So here we go. 1 E and the 2 E and 3 E and the 4 and. Okay. Second measure, line 5, 2 16ths. I mean a 16th note rest, 2 16ths, and a 16th note rest. It's 1 E and the 2 and 3 and the 4 and. Now we have a dotted eighth note. The rule don't change, but the value is different. An eighth note equals 2 16ths. An eighth note rest equals 2 16ths. Remember, a dot placed after a note increases the value of the note by 1/2 the original value. So, I have an eighth note rest, dotted eighth note rest is equal to 3 16ths. That's line 5, the third measure. I have 1 E and, that's the 3 16ths, then the. So again, 1 E and the. Now the second downbeat is 16th note rest, 2 16ths, and a 16th note rest. 2 E and the. Third downbeat, 16th note, 8th note, 16th note. 3 E and the. And the fourth downbeat is just 4 16ths. 4 E and the. Now the last measure, we have a combination. 8th note triplets and 16th notes. The first two downbeats would be 1 and the, 2 and the. Then on 3, you have a 16th note rest, which is 3 E and the. And then 4, you have 4 16ths. 4 E and the. I'll play the last measure. 1 and the, 2 and the, 3 E and the, 4 E and the. Notice the difference in feel. That's why it's recommended to practice the table of time. Okay, line 6, 8th notes, 16th notes, and 16th note rest. Now, you don't really need an explanation to each and every note. At this point, you should understand it. I'm going to play line 6, first measure. 1 and play. And 1 and 2 and 3 E and the 4 E and. Second measure. 1 E and 2 E and 3 and 4 and Okay, third measure. Now be careful here. 1 and 2 and 3 E and 4 E and Little tricky. I'm ending the triplet on the and. I mean, it's going over to the downbeat, which is a rest. So I have 1 and 2 and 3 E and 4 E and Okay, last measure. 1 E and 2, 3 E and 4 E and. Line 7. Okay, dotted eighth note equals 3/16. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4. I stopped on 4 because now it's going to be carried over to a 16th note. An eighth note triplet. So you have 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 and second measure. Eighth note triplet to 16th notes. 1 and 2 E and 3 and 4 and third measure. Line 7. 1 and 2 E and 3 and 4 E and last measure. 1 and 2 E and 3 and 4 E and the last line. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E. 1 and 2 and 3 E and 4 E and 1, 2 and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2, 3 and 4. Now you're kind of on your own on that last one. What I think I'm going to do is to make a few additional videos, as this would be page 25, and I would make another video 25A, kind of explaining in depth or in detail some of these figures. Okay, I hope this works for you, and I hope it helps. And thank you very, very much, and enjoy it. And if you have any questions, contact me. Thank you.